Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a little review of the brand Coastal Scents. So I was recently combing through YouTube like every other day of my life, and I came across a lot of reviews for this brand. I'd never heard of them before, but from what I watched and from what I've heard, they're actually a really good brand and they're really affordable. So they're like giving you high-end products for really low drugstore prices. So I figured I'd go ahead and pick up a few things for myself. So I ended up getting 24 of their individual eyeshadow pots, which retail for I believe $1.99 or $2 a piece, which is actually a really good deal. I also got 2 of the palettes to put them in. So it's kind of like a little make your own palette kind of deal, as well as some of their brushes. I picked up 4 of them. Most of them are for your eyes. I didn't really get a lot of face brushes, but I've been hearing a lot of good things about their brushes. And they're really cheap and really affordable. So I went ahead and picked some up. And if you're interested in seeing everything that I got and to see if these products live up to the hype, just keep watching. So I'm actually going to start first with the brushes that I got. So these are what they look like. And I've been using these pretty much every single day since I've gotten them, which was about a month ago. So they're actually a little gross at the moment. I'm trash when it comes to cleaning and stuff. So the first one I got is kind of like a packing brush or a blending brush. I use it for both. This one's going to be the number 3. This is what it looks like. It has really soft bristles. There's a lot of product in there, I'm sorry. Really soft bristles. Bristles. And this is really nice for blending everything into the crease. I use this every single day. I used it today on just the neutral shade that I put inside my crease. And I actually really like this one. I believe this one was $3 or $4, which it's 100% worth it. So I would really suggest this one again. So that's the number 3. The next one is the number 8 brush. It's more of a dense brush. It's a little bit smaller. You can also use this one for your crease. I use this one usually to highlight my inner corner as well as underneath my brow bone, and it works wonderfully. I use it with a lot of the ColourPop, like Super Shock. And from where they're really creamy, it's kind of hard to pick that pigment up on a brush, but these ones do really well for the inner corner as well as underneath the brow bone. I even do the tip of my nose with this one, so I really like this one as well. I haven't had any shedding issues. Sometimes you'll notice that some of them pop up a little higher than the rest, so they are pulling out occasionally. But it hasn't gotten stuck in my eye or in any of the products, so that one's pretty good as well. The other one is pretty much the exact same thing as the number 8 brush. This one is a number 6, I believe. No, number 9. And this one is even more dense, but about the same size and shape, a little bit shorter when it comes to how they pack the brush bristles. But this one does have a little bit of shedding. You can see that. I'm not sure if you can see it. Well, I see it, but I'm not sure if you can. It's just pulling from the top a little bit. None of it has gotten, again, like the other one, inside my product. I haven't noticed it shedding, but you can clearly see that they're pulling out a little bit. And that metal, it's not holding up very well. It's already starting to wear out a whole lot, but the handle is still sturdy. I use this one, again, just like the other one, to pack things on the inner corner of my eye. I smudge underneath my eye, and I haven't had any issues. It's a really nice brush. I believe this one was $2 to $4 as well. And the last one I picked up, I saved the best for last, because I actually love this brush. This one is the S42, and it's stained pink. So it used to be the really nice, like, duotone, like black to gray. It's just this really large dome packing brush. I use this one to do a lot of halo eyes when I'm packing on the outer corners of my eyes, but also this one is really great for under eye concealer. It doesn't leave anything streaky, anything like that. There's absolutely no shedding on this brush whatsoever, and it is just so dreamy with how soft it is. I absolutely love this brush. I think it was the most expensive out of the brushes. I paid like $6 or $7 for it, but it's really worth it. It's one of the bigger face brushes, but it's multi-purpose. I mean, you don't just have to use this for your face. I really like this one. Sometimes I'll even put a little highlight on it and do my cheekbones when I want a more concentrated highlight. And it's actually really nice. Besides the fact that it's extremely stained, I cannot get that pink out of there no matter what I do. that one's actually my favorite, and I really suggest this brush. Again, that's the S42. So just for the sake of time, I'm not going to do all 24 of the shades swatched on my arm. I feel like I don't have enough arm length, if that makes any sense. And I want to keep this video pretty short, just so you get the point. I do have a couple dupes in here, so I'm definitely going to go through those as well. There's some dupes in here for the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. So these are going to be really affordable, and they're just going to take place of some of the shades that are most wanted out of that palette. So for the first one, this one is in the shade Vibrant Pink. Just coming up a little bit more purple on camera, but it is actually a dead ringer for Star Power from the Beauty Killer palette. I'm not sure if you can tell in the comparison. It is almost exactly the same, so it's like you don't even need this color anymore, but we'll go to swatch of this one. They swatch really nice on the finger, and they're not buttery. They're a little powdery, but it doesn't produce any fallout. So when you rub your finger over it, it's kind of like talcum powder, if that makes any sense. Swatching this one. And just for kicks, we're just going to put a little swatch of the Beauty Killer one right underneath it, just to see how it compares. It looks exactly the same on my finger, which is interesting. And looks pretty much exactly the same on the swatch. A little bit lighter for the Jeffree Star one, but it's actually really nice if you're not wanting to pay like $50 or $60 for this palette. If you're just wanting it for that specific vibrant Barbie pink, I would really suggest this one. Again, that's in the shade Vibrant Pink. So the next one that I've been loving a whole lot is in the shade Lakeshore. Really can't tell. There we go. It is a very shimmery green and blue. It's kind of like the ocean, I guess hence the name. And it swatches really beautifully on the finger as well. Swatched on the arm. It just glides on effortlessly. It blends really well. My favorite thing to do with that one is to actually wet my brush with like a setting spray or even water, and it just makes it pop even more. I really like using that one like on the main part of my eye, just to pop out all of my eyeshadow colors. So that one's really well. I suggest that one if you're looking for something that's really glam green. I think it's more green than it is blue, but it reminds me of a mermaid, so that's why I picked it up. So this one is in Toluene Pink. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. Let's just hope that I am. Swatch that one. I use this one a lot as well. It is pink, but it has a little bit of an undertone to it, and it's also very glittery, so it's not a matte pink. That first pink that was swatched was matte. This one is really shimmery, and it's not as in-your-face pink. It has like a little bit of a burgundy undertone to it. This one is called Fire Glow, which actually looks a lot like my shirt right now. It is a really burnt orange that is really vibrant. It kind of reminds me of a highlighter a little bit. It's very shimmery. So I'm going to do that on the other one. Like I said, run that arms. And that one is just so beautiful. It's unbelievable. It's like $2. And I feel like this is like the quality of like a Morphe shadow, which this can be comparable to a lot of the shades in the 350 palette, which I have that one somewhere, but I'm not going to dig it out to show you. But it's orange, but it's a little kind of brown as well. It's not a sunshine orange or an orange. But it's really nice if you're looking to do like a sunset kind of look. That would go really nice on just your whole lid. So next, we have probably my second favorite. This one's an amethyst. I just love purple. Purple is my favorite color, and that's why I chose this one. Again, this one's not matte. This is one of the shimmery shades. Again, so pigmented, so beautiful. Just swipes across your skin like butter. Like, I cannot believe this is not butter. and it blends really well. I used this one once, I believe, and I mean, it just blends really nice. Like, you just keep doing it, and it just blends so nice into the skin. The next one was the one that I referred to first, which is Vampy, my absolute favorite from my entire collection that I got from them. That one. A very purple pink, not maroon, but it has like a, it's like a reddish pink, but there's also some purple in there. This one's also shimmery as well. I got a lot of shimmery shades because I just love glitter. I'm attracted to shiny things. I'm like a raccoon, so this one was really nice. Again, blends really well. I will show you a couple in here that do not blend as well, just so you can be wary of those. We're just going first through the ones that are really nice in case you're interested in them. This one is the eggplant, which, I mean, the name says it all. It's the color of an eggplant. So it's blue, but it's also purple. It's a really, really dark shade. I love this one. And this one's shimmery as well. The only thing I noticed about this one is when you rub all of the other ones, like I said, they're not creamy, but they're very powdery. This one's kind of, I don't know, like brittle and kind of chunky. Oh, focus. But it doesn't go on that way. It's just when you're swatching it with your finger, it feels a little like gritty. So here's this one. Much more blue on camera than it is in real life. It's really, really, I don't know, like a really dark purple, but it's showing up way more blue than it should. But again, this one blends so nice. And the more that these are really buildable shadows, so the more that you build them on top of each other, the more boom and like in your face they're going to be. So these are actually really workable. I mean, some of them you have to really, really work with. Others just go on so effortlessly, just like all of these ones. The last one is going to be also one of my favorites. This one's a dupe as well. This one is in the shade 13 Karat Gold, which kept selling out, and it took me forever to get this one. So I waited to buy this whole haul until they had this one back. I guess people really like this one, and all of the reviews were really positive. So I went ahead and went with it, and I was not disappointed whatsoever. So here's this one. I mean, literally liquid gold on my skin right now. I feel richer than I will ever be in my entire life right now. Very, very, very creamy. It doesn't transfer very much, so when you put these on your lid, it's not going to go to the top of your eyelid. It's going to blend so beautifully. And for that price, it's unbelievable. So this one is actually, I mean, not a dead ringer dupe for the Beauty Killer palette with Rich Bitch, but it is pretty close. I actually use this one a lot, so it looks really gross right now, and I'm sorry. This one's a little bit, this one has more of a green tone to it. This one, the one from Coastal Scents, is just like more gold. This one has like a slight green tint to it if you really look at it. But side by side, they're almost exactly the same, which is really weird. So that one's really worth it as well if you're looking to, let's just say, you use this whole palette up and you don't want to have to buy it again, which I completely understand because I'm on a budget too. So getting shades like that are really, really common shades, but are the ones that we all love and get these palettes for, I mean, for that price you just can't beat it. I don't think it's going to let you down. So just clean my fingers off really quick, and then we'll go into some of the bad ones. There are not too many bad ones. I mean, they're very few and far between. They're not bad as in I would never use them, because I do. They just take a little bit more working with, and they're not as pigmented when you first initially apply them. So let me get all this off of me really quick. I'll be right back, and we'll do the ones that are just not as great. I'll be right back. So after like 10 minutes of scrubbing with a makeup wipe and soap and water, you can still see that those pink ones still stained. The Jeffree Star one is really bad for staining, and that goes for the one from the Coastal Scents little palette as well. The pinks really stain. I should have mentioned that earlier, but one day I wore them to work. It's a really pink look, and when I got home to scrub it off, literally it was like it was glued to my face. It was glued to my eyelids, and for days I had a pink ring around my eye from where I was just, pulling my skin down to get it. And it was getting on other parts of my face. It was a big disaster, so I was sickly for days. That's the only thing I can say. Those ones stay, so they're not going anywhere when you put them on. Alright, so anyway, let's get into the ones that were not as great. Again, I'm not saying that these are the worst ones, because all of their shadows, especially the ones that I've gotten, I mean, I can't speak for the other ones because I don't personally own them, but for the 24 that I got, they're all wonderful. I would buy them again. Some of them just aren't as great, so we'll get into those now. So when I bought the first palette, I was really into like this sunset look, so that's why I went for a lot of oranges and yellows. So I had gotten this really vibrant, well, it's called bright yellow, so I mean that really pretty much explains it. It's a bright yellow. It's not coming up as bright because of all of these lights around me, but it is an extremely bright yellow. I mean, like some sort of traffic cone yellow. I got it just specifically to do that look. And yes, it's really nice, but it's not what I expected it to be. Like, I thought it was going to be like a daisy yellow, and it's more of a neon, like radioactive yellow. So when you put it on, it looks really nice on the swatch, but this is one of the ones that you really have to work with. You have to really build this one up. You have to really blend it in to get it to the opacity that you need it to be at. So, like I said, these ones are really buildable, so it doesn't really matter in that aspect. You're just going to have to take a lot of time with it. It's not one of those shadows that you can just put on and it's done. I wouldn't really want to use this one wet because I feel like it would make the pan just kind of gross. So I haven't tried that, but in all reality, that might make it a little bit better. I'll just have to try that at some point. So the next one I got, I thought it was kind of like the other gold one that I had. It looked really gold on the site, but it came like it reminds me of like Dijon mustard. And this one's in the shade Sun Worshipper. To be honest with you, I kind of bought it just for that name because I thought it was super cute. So I went ahead and got that one. I thought it was going to be more gold than it is. It actually reminds me of like, I don't know, like a bronzer, like one of the Jeffree Star, like it's like a King Tut bronzer. It's basically, a very bronzy shade. It comes out really nice, but the only reason this is on my not as great list is because it's not what I thought it was going to be. It goes on fine, it blends fine. This one's actually one of the creamiest ones I've felt. It doesn't have that gritty feel to it, even though it does have the little shimmery crystals in it. But it's just more brown than I figured it would look. Again, I say, like, it looks just like the color of Dijon mustard. So the next one is another one that was going to go for that sunset look that never happened and probably shouldn't have happened anyway. This one's in the shade Dark Mango. So it's like an orange shade, but it has a really nice peachiness to it. I think you can see it better from back here, especially next to my shirt. It's almost the exact same color. Looks a little bit better from back here. This one again, you have to really build up. I think this one's actually the worst one besides this next one I'm going to show you. You put it on, it's just not as vibrant as you would think. Especially when it's on your finger, it looks so nice. It looks like it's just going to go on and you're not going to have to move it and it's going to be like this godly eyeshadow, but you really have to work with it. It's a little bit stubborn and it comes out a little bit more peachy on your skin than it does in the pan. So the next one is this little baby pink one. It's in the shade Peach Puff, which it's not peach whatsoever, but I feel like it, it does fall into that family, so I'm really attracted to eyeshadows like this. It's so pink that it's almost white. It's the babiest of all baby pinks in the history of the world. So I don't have anything like that right now. I did have some from ColourPop, but I dropped them and broke them, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick this one up. And it's very powdery, and it's just not very pigmented. You can't even really see it on my skin. Like, it's not even there, but if you build this one up, it works. Sometimes I'll put this like as my base color to set my eyeshadow, but I don't use it as a staple color. I mean, like I said, you can't even really see it. And I'm super white, so it's showing just how white it is. It's whiter than me, which I never thought was going to be possible, but I guess you learn something new every day. And this last one, it really disappointed me because I was really excited for it. This one's called Miami Spice. It is just this taupey kind of color, but you really can't tell. It has these shimmers in it that reflect kind of purple. So it looked really interesting to me on the site. It just doesn't translate very well. So when you put it on, I'll swatch it on my hand for this one. Like, you can definitely see the sparkles in it. It's just not as like vibrant as I thought it was going to be. I mean, the sparkles are few and far between when you actually put it on your skin, as opposed to the way that it looks in the pan. So it's just not my favorite, but I mean, I do use it. I've used it many times because it's just so beautiful and I like to look at it. So I've tried to make it work. I mean, it's just not one of my favorites out of this entire haul, but I'll definitely use it in the future and I would buy it again, especially for that price. For $2, you really honestly can't beat it. I mean, that's like $1 more than you would get at the Dollar Tree, and their stuff sucks. And you're getting like these really high-end makeup products for so cheap. And sometimes I wonder if there's a catch, like if my eyes are going to fall off or something, but there's been no reaction, nothing like that. And the brushes are absolutely amazing. So, like I said, I would really recommend all of these. If you would like to check them out, I'll go ahead and I'll link them in the description box below. You can see what kind of deals they have. I really do suggest starting out with one of these palettes. They're so sturdy and they're so nice. Mine's really gross. Again, I said I'm trash about cleaning things. So again, I would really recommend this one. Not as much this one unless you baby your palettes, which I kind of don't. I kind of throw my stuff around like all the time. I'm a really messy human being. So this one's really sturdy. Again, that mirror is really nice. You could take this with you. You could just get all the shades that you would need to do an eye look or a few eye looks. Like do some neutrals and some matte shades and also some shimmery shades. This would be a really good palette to take with you in here. So thank you so much for watching today. I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe and give me a little bit of love because it's getting lonely on my side of the internet. Again, I'll go ahead and link all this information down in the description box, my Instagram if you'd like to see my latest Lit Monthly post, as well as some of my other eye looks, even some ones that I created using these palettes. If you have any questions or concerns, just feel free to inbox me or comment down below. Thank you so much for watching today. I love you guys. Bye-bye.